So I finally watched the most recent episode of Survivor last night. Um, I gave it a C plus on my serialized. It wasn't like amazing, but I didn't dislike it. Like it was just a little predictable for sure. But overall I didn't like hate it or anything. But yeah, obviously all the game talk in like the beginning and everything was pretty spicy and everything. But a lot of predictability. And then going into the challenge, they were split up into five pairs. It was Camilla and Shaheen, Eva and Joe, which is a pretty obvious one, Chrissy and Kyle, Star and Mitch, and Mary and David. And then the reward is that the final four will, like in the comp, will enjoy an afternoon of tacos and chocolate cupcakes. The first two pairs out, no tacos. Journey, where their vote at tribal will be at risk. And then moving on to the next round, were Kyle, Chrissy, Mary, David, and Eva, Joe. Star, Mitch, and Camilla and Shaheen will be taking Journey, where their votes will be at risk. And then Eva and Joe, Mary, and David move on to the final round for individual immunity and food. And then Joe and David are the first out, so the strong men, down to the girlies, Mary and Eva. And then Eva ends up winning individual immunity. Very proud of her. And then Star, Mitch, Camilla, and Shaheen are playing a little game to keep their votes, obviously. And then once it gets to like game talk and everything as well, David is really pushing for a Camilla vote, but like Joe also is very confused and doesn't want to do that. And then Kyle basically tells her everything, because obviously Kyle and Camilla are each other's number ones, which she feels very grateful for him, very thankful. And then basically Kyle's putting his game on the line for her though. Like we love that he's like pushing to keep her, but it's also like don't push too hard because you don't want to like get yourself targeted kind of thing. I love Camilla and Kyle so much. And then David really like, what are you doing? Because like, and then obviously Mary is like really close to David too, and they're really pushing for Camilla. But it's like really, she has your backs. But yeah, but then once it gets to the tribal, it ends up being a predictable one where Chrissy ends up leaving with an 8-1 vote, and I think she voted for Shaheen. But yeah, kind of a last minute push, I guess, or things like that, and based on like things she was saying at the tribal and everything. I like Chrissy. She wasn't my favorite or anything. So it's not really, it doesn't really mean like a whole lot to me. Like I don't really, like I like her, but it's not a big deal if she left. She's not like one of the main people I was rooting for. But yeah, overall, just a decent episode. Nothing crazy, but yeah, I'm definitely excited to see the next one. But this season is just very like hit or miss. Like it has some really good episodes and some iffy ones. Like the last few episodes have been just pretty predictable, but we'll see. We'll see how it ends. But yeah,